The NBA playoffs are here, and I'm getting my bets in on FanDuel. Talk to me, Chuck GPT. What do you know?
All sorts of interesting stuff, even Charles Barkley's greatest fear.
Hey, nobody needs to know that.
New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
21 plus and present in select states. Must be first online real money wager. $5 deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. All right, let's go. Let's start it off. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's going to be okay, bud. I am Ben Kissel at Ben Kissel1, joined by Jerii Aquino.
Hello.
At Miss_Jerii, that's Jerii. She is currently holding dog Jerii, who is recovering from surgery.
Aww.
And I have to say, when he saw you, Jerii, his tail was wagging. He was so excited.
He lit up.
He lit up.
When I walked in, he's like, "Hey, what's up, asshole?"
What's up?
He's like, oh, you.
Are you the dog that did this to me, asshole?
Yeah.
And of course, that asshole is Kyle Ploof at Kyle Ploof.
Hola.
Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/diebud. Tomorrow, we're meeting with someone who's going to come in and design the set as we go forward. As we continue to grow, we're going to have a kick-ass set in the near future. So that'll make it worth it to get involved on the Patreon. Also, okbudpod@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. Let us know your thoughts. I'm about to read an email about a near-death experience. So thank you so much for writing in. But first, I want to read a comment from our Spotify page regarding reborn babies.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember when we watched the Reborn Give?
Boy, do I. Oh, when like that lemon gave birth to had a
Yes.
C-section or something?
Unruly.woman writes in, and this is an interesting perspective that I wanted to share because obviously it's a little odd, but
Okay.
it can also be they can also be very beneficial for people who have gone through trauma. So she says, "Hey guys, as someone who lost a baby born prematurely, grieving the death takes many forms. As far as the bodily functions go of the reborn babies, that might be a bit much, but keeping a recreation of a baby may be very therapeutic for some people."
Yes.
So that is true. So maybe if you've gone through something very serious and you want to have a recreation of a baby, that might help. She says it was the single worst thing that can happen to a person.
Yeah.
And she's still working on it.
I'm
So,
very sorry that happened.
Yes,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
sounds like a
But
waking nightmare.
it really does. But anyway, so perhaps the reborns are serving a purpose that we did not identify, but now we can identify it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's go on to an email. This is from Cody. He says, "Hello, OK Bud Podcast. Massive
Hello,
fan.
guys.
Thank you." He says, "I want to share my near-death experience."
Holy shit.
Let's go.
He's currently 1.5 years sober. Very cool.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations. I'm on day 52, no booze.
Nice.
Day 52 of being an active walking weed plant.
Hey.
But
Basically.
he says it was Friday after work, and he was a commercial roofer.
Okay.
Hey,
So naturally, what do you do after work?
you get hammered.
You get hammered.
Yeah.
So he was getting drunk on the ride home. I love that for him.
Wow. I mean, sometimes when you got to start, you got to start.
You got, as soon as you shut that door, you're in your safe haven.
Like, I'm 15 minutes behind getting drunk.
Well, a lot of the time in that line of work, you never stop. It's just the
also-
continuation.
Yeah, it's just kind of trying to get through with the day.
Yeah. So he gets in. He was working, doing a great job roofing, stopping the rain from hitting on people's foreheads as they try to relax in their living room.
Love that.
Shuts his car door, immediately cracks a couple of brews. Then he passes his usual bar. He saw some buddies outside. They say, "Come on in, drinks on us." You don't say no to that.
No.
Definitely not.
This is technically the start of a wonderful, wonderful night.
Belly button shots.
Oh, boy.
Drinks on me.
Okay, Barry.
Drinks on Kyle.
I don't know if I want belly button shots out of the belly button of a roofer.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
Yeah, you do 151, it cleans it out, it gets you drunk.
Yeah, like a bunch of stuff, WD-40 and asbestos in the belly button.
I've seen a bunch of contractors sucking each other's belly buttons at the bar.
It's a thing that happens from time to time if they get lucky with each other.
Well, I love that for everybody, including myself. I've been to a couple of firefighters and cop bars, and they do get very homoerotic.
Yeah, a little touchy-feely.
Boy, they do.
They do. So he says, we shut down the first bar. So they're like, we're doing good. And then he says, I did over an eighth ball of Coke and smoked a few blunts.
Wow, look at you go.
So he's having fun.
He's counterbalancing.
He is.
It's science.
It is.
It is a science.
It's weird when you start trying to level out. Even though you technically started off leveled and then you started doing crazy things to throw you off kilter a bunch of different ways. And you're like, now I have to re-level myself, and it's like you didn't really have to re-level. You were already on the level, but it's fine.
But who cares about that? Because he got off work, he needs his beers, and then I'm feeling a little bit drunk. Let's do an 8-ball of Coke and let's have a whole bunch of blunts. Now I'm back at my best.
I'm in the zone.
I'm in the zone. Where I shouldn't be driving in auto zone. So naturally, he says, we're going to hit another bar. On the way there, we got to a train crossing where a train was passing. He says, trying to impress everyone, mainly the girls.
What?
I stuck my arm out into the active train crossing.
As you do.
Oh my God.
It's impressive.
Well,
Yeah,
girls, we know guys know girls.
Did he think he was going to stop
right,
the train?
yeah. Well, no.
that'd be impressive.
I think sometimes when a guy sticks his hand in the middle of a crossing train and then it actually makes it through, my panties just get soaked.
See?
With blood.
Well, that's unfortunate. So believe it or not, that is when the train hit him.
Oh my God.
And now
sorry.
And now he goes into his near-death experience. He says, suddenly I was surfing, something I've never done in my life, but it felt totally natural. I looked up and saw an island with no visible land, just lush, surreal flowers and birds in colors I still can't describe.
Whoa.
The water beneath me was crystal clear, filled with vibrant sea life. It was peaceful, beautiful, perfect.
Wow.
And then I had a strange realization. Wait, I don't even know how to surf. That's the biggest deal. He's like, I don't know how to surf.
What the fuck? You don't know.
Like, wait a minute. Am I on a surfboard?
I believe that I'm staring at a desert island with beautiful animals, but I don't know how to surf.
Right.
And then I woke up. A giant paramedic, which I don't know why we have to clarify that the paramedic was giant, were people.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Was the first question you asked him, I'm telling you, paramedic.
You mean the American paramedic?
Yeah, he wakes up, he's like, you play basketball?
Die. It's my job to bring you back to life. Damn it. So, a giant paramedic was asking if I was okay. A group of women nearby were crying. So he did. They were impressed.
They were depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miraculously, I walked away with just a broken arm. Then it took 2 titanium plates and 16 screws to put me back together.
Wow.
He got sober in January of 2024.
Wait, not directly after that?
No, because you have to drink. It's a process.
Well, then you got to do opiates to, counterbalance the whole pain thing.
Right.
Yeah,
and then you also have to be like, my arm is gone, but I do have this one. And then you just drink a bunch.
Oh, man. Single fisting, huh?
Mm-hmm. Every girl's dream.
Yeah.
So he says, and I often share this story when people ask me about my addiction. It's a reminder of just how close I came to losing everything and how grateful I am to be here. And then he says, thanks again for everything. Jerii, Kyle, you two are incredible partners.
Aww.
Together, you guys are creating something really, really special.
Well, don't say it sarcastically because we are.
I said that with emotion, dear.
Oh, is that what that
That wasn't sarcasm.
That wasn't sarcasm.
That was acting.
It was cartoonish.
It was entertainment.
Well, okay.
It was
sure.
entertainment. It's because, Jerii, you grew up in a Dominican home.
Right.
So that was me saying, oh my God, that's so true. It's so nice to have 2 partners like you.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I wasn't yelling at you, be like, it's so nice to have you guys as partners.
Yeah, you're right. That one would have been more believable for me. Mm-hmm. Your emotions, and I'm like, what was that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
I love you too.
Thank you. Speaking of emotions, speaking of love, We have a small update when it comes to Sydney Sweeney. A lot of people are very emotional about her selling her bathwater.
Well, no update with her is small.
Wait, what?
She has huge tits.
Huge tits. There we go.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
classy Kyle.
Yeah.
There he is again.
There he is, Kyle Tola.
Here's the Tola, baby. Got to pay the Tola.
Wow.
And many men love Sydney Sweeney to the point where they want to purchase her bath water. Now, some people, of course, they've attacked her. And they said, this is disgusting, Miss Sweeney. We don't like what you're doing whatsoever. It's reprehensible.
Why?
But she says,
Not real.
no. Well, I say leave her alone.
Yeah.
If there's a demand, hell, make your money, lady.
Yeah.
She says, responding to a reporter, that she hopes this endeavor encourages men to take showers. And as a man, yeah, right?
That is not a bad ploy.
It's not, because as someone who hates taking showers because, God forbid, you smell okay,
Yeah.
this is going to help. She says, I mean, honestly, though, because you can imagine how many men over her life have come up to her, hit on her, and she's just like, first of all, the shower. It was close. You're fine, but it's the shower that you need.
Yeah. No, seriously. Sometimes people walk up to you and it's like, oh my God, the hygiene, it should have started already.
Exactly.
Maintenance of it.
So she says, I think that it's just a more fun to see everybody else talk about it. So she's like, oh, talk about me. I don't care, because her fans have given her a mixed reaction. She's only 27 years old, so who cares? You know, you can do whatever you want until you're at least 52. If she was like 60, I'd be like, really, selling your bathwater at 60? Although I'm sure somebody could.
Desperate.
Vanna White could do it.
Gwyneth Paltrow can do it.
Yeah.
What?
She nasty.
It's the same thing.
And for those who say, oh, maybe she's being mistreated by Dr. Squash, the soap company. No, she says she is the one who pitched the idea to Dr. Squatch.
Wow.
Wow, not bad.
Exactly.
Oh,
so
she looks gorgeous in that photo.
she clean as the day is long, and so she pitched it. And she was like, this is going to be huge. And then Dr. Squatch was like, oh, that's like a great idea. And then they said yes, and now she is making money, and now she is super happy, and men aren't stinking quite as much when they talk to her.
No, they're going to be foaming at the mouth because they're literally going to be shoving this fucking soap in their mouth.
Well, and then maybe that'll help if they say a lot of curse words. Perhaps they won't, because we learned that from a Christmas story. Soap cleans the mouth of the fuck word.
Yeah, but if it was Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap, I'd be swearing all the time just to get it shoved in my mouth.
Wow.
Well, I think that your baby mama would kill you.
Yeah.
To hear this?
No. Well, I mean, that is kind of the question. Would in a relationship, would the partner be super upset if you found out that you're bathing in Sydney Sweeney's bathwater?
Kidding me? I'd probably be thanking Sydney Sweeney. She's like, oh my God, you got my guy to buy soap?
Well, that's a good point.
Fucking thank Jesus. Yes. Yeah. Just soak all day in her bathwater, quote unquote. Fucking asshole. It's goddamn soap. He finally showered today. Like,
It's true.
this sounds great.
No more from under cheese.
Oh, God.
Well, I learned when I was in 7th grade from my science teacher, who may or may not have been a moron, that soap simply gets water wetter.
What?
That's what he said. He said, soap just gets water wetter. So do you even need it?
Oh, yes, you do. Okay, first of all, it's not about okay, wow, that was so stupid. No.
I know. That's what he said, though.
It's like kind of that argument of, is water wet?
Right. Or is water simply what it is?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You can't define it.
You can't put water in a box, man.
I would worship a water god. That's why I don't know why they made Aquaman so lame.
I do worship the water god. It's called Mother Earth.
Oh, very intriguing.
Yes.
Thank you for everything you've done, Mother. So, she said in a press release that she is super happy with the product. She says, when fans start to ask you for your bathwater, you can either ignore it or turn it into a bar of Dr. Squatch soap. And she says it's weird in the best possible way. It's unforgettable.
I agree.
And it actually smells incredible and delivers like every other Dr. Squatch product I love. So Sydney Sweeney, leave her alone.
Yeah.
Honestly, she turned a weird thing into making money. I love that.
Good
Sounds
for
like
her.
a smart kid to me.
I think it's going to teach a whole new generation of kids that about not being able to beat it with soap
What do you mean?
because it stings.
Oh, you're talking about jerking off with soap in the shower.
Yes.
Right,
So
that's-
like that stings the hole a little bit.
It does.
You got to go conditioner.
Ouch.
Yep.
What? Is that what you get? Oh,
Yeah, of course. So if your conditioner's missing, you get a guy roommate.
this is why guys' dicks
You know what's
are
going
like
on.
the smoothest, most moisturized parts of their bodies constantly.
Absolutely. Never
Slippery
trust.
Willy.
Yep.
Is that what you call them?
Never trust
Whoa,
anything.
where'd it go? Keeps on slipping out of my hands.
Never trust anything you find in a men's bathroom.
No.
No.
It will all be used for cum or cum-related activity.
Or pubes.
Damn it.
Or pubes.
God,
For
you
the
guys are so right. It's so gross.
for the longest time, you know that they give body lotion out in shampoos, and that is just to jerk off to. Or for, right? The body lotion in a have
That
you
comes with the shampoo?
No, that is in when you go to a hotel, you clock in, you get into your room there,
Yeah.
and then you see the body lotion that they have. That is just for jerking off, right?
No, it's not, but sure. You know when you wash your hands,
Yeah.
and then because you wash your hands so much because you're a clean boy, obviously, then a lot of the...
Yes.
Yeah.
Continue.
If I'm in a hotel room, I'm usually just going acoustic.
Wow, that's what you call it?
Yeah, without any help.
Just tugging on the old heartstrings. It's for your hands, Ben.
that hotel
you wash
lotion-
your hands, and then you
Well,
you
yeah, that's
lotion
what
your hands.
That's what I'm saying.
The whole hotel lotion dries out too quickly, and then it just like gives you a rash.
Oh my
yeah, the
god.
lotion is not very good.
I love that. I liked Kyle before he went electric. Just acoustic.
You want to
jerk-
hear the acoustic hits, baby?
Wow, the dry jerk off is officially known as going acoustic.
Oh God, life is a dry hand job.
It really is.
Hey, sometimes that's pretty good.
Sometimes it's as good as you
It works
can
for the
get.
Kayatola.
It really does. All right. Well, let's move on to a story that I want to hear your thoughts on. It's a little bit serious, but also it's about jujitsu, so it's not. A jiu-jitsu student, and this is bad for him. He was left paralyzed from the neck down after he was sparring with his black belt instructor, and his black belt instructor was known as Sinistro.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Sydney Sweeney.
Ooh, that'd be amazing. Oh my god, if she did jujitsu. Wow.
Yeah.
Take me down, baby.
There you go, Kyle. So, Sinistro. I don't know what that means, but that's what he's known as.
Sounds like a comic book bad guy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he sounds like a villain.
Sinistro, I'll get you, Spider-Man.
Well,
Not Sinistro.
no, he's just jerking me off with no lotion.
Oh, that feels
God,
pretty
he's
good,
going
actually.
Acoustic.
He's going acoustic on me. So, there's a student. He got $56 million, again, because he was paralyzed by the black belt instructor. His name was Jack Greener. That's the student who was paralyzed. He was a beginner white belt sparring with his teacher, a second-degree black belt, okay? And then he suffered a catastrophic injury. There was a video showing him on all fours, and then the instructor flipped him forward, awkwardly twisting him face down and twisting his neck.
Oh my God, do we have video on this? I hate to ask.
We do have the video.
That sounds horrifying. And also, what is the difference between like first degree black belt and second degree black belt? Is that like an attempted black belt?
Well, I think
Is it like murder?
if you've had sex before, you're a first degree.
Nice.
But if you
nice.
haven't, you're second degree
That
because you have
makes-
more time to focus.
Exactly. That makes sense.
Yes,
Okay.
Kyle, can you search for the footage? We see a lot of still film, a lot of still frames.
We do see the still frames, and the feet are way up in the air. Also, how do you flip someone forward when they're already on all fours?
Well, that's the thing with jujitsu. You never know what's going on.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, I'm already down. And they're like, I can take you down a little bit further. It's like, what?
That's really the whole point.
I guess so.
The black belt instructor did a technique that placed his entire body weight on Greener's neck, causing him to instantly fall limp and lose all function in his limbs. Greener was hospitalized for several months after suffering multiple strokes as a result of the injury. So now he has been awarded $56 million. And apparently the nickname for the jiu-jitsu instructor, Sinistro, means sinister.
Oh, what?
Oh, is this like a self-inflicted nickname fucking bullshit?
Yes, he gave himself a nickname.
Oh, that's the worst.
And he says he's sinister for his dynamic, aggressive grappling style.
Wow.
My question for you is this.
Sinister means on purpose.
I guess.
Does it imply that he was just like a piece of shit that did like, well, I'm so sorry, but I am the Sinistro.
He is the Sinistro.
It was in my name, the warning.
You grappled with Sinistro.
Yeah.
You get what you deserve.
Right.
A broken neck. But when you go in and you do something like this, don't you expect that injuries could occur? Do you deserve $56 million in settlement?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do. Why?
If you're a white belt and you're going up against your instructor and he's a big enough dickhead to take you down as hard as he possibly can and spike you on your neck,
Yeah, what a
or on the
dick.
crown of your head,
What an asshole for that.
yeah, no, you're done, dude.
Well, you can see him there. His legs are up in the air. They're splayed up. And then right afterwards, he's just lying down right on his tummy. And so it's obviously not good whatsoever. Other people are sparring right by them. The judge awarded $56 million, as we said. The final appellate court's ruling cements a critical legal victory, not only for our client, but also for injured athletes across California by reaffirming that sports instructors and facilities may be held accountable when they unreasonably increase risks beyond those inherent in the sport. But wasn't this an act in the sport? It was a sport move.
But
You
again,
didn't bring a gun out.
But when you're sparring, you're taking it easy. Like, that's what boxers do with each other when they're wearing the headgear and stuff. You're not supposed to go full throttle. It's practice. You're going like 50%.
especially when you're like the teacher and a student. Like,
Yeah, white belt, he's a guy off the street that's like, oh, I think I want to try this. And this fucking psycho's like, I'll take you on right now.
yeah, you got to be a man. You're gonna have to be on your toes all the time. You didn't see me coming, did you? Now you're paralyzed.
Yeah,
See how that works.
There are a lot of gyms that, the CrossFit gyms, they got shut down because they were inflicting so much pain on people by like making them work out until they puke.
Yeah.
Like kept them going that
I
they,
don't
they
know
were
why-
getting
yeah.
rhabdo, which is when your muscles kill themselves. They like get necrosis and they fucking are like paralyzed and dying.
Really?
Yeah, so
Muscles
there's a
kill
lot of
themselves?
Yes, you get rhabdo. It's called
Rhabdo?
rhabdo.
I
They
never
leave
heard
a
of that.
note behind.
I know. I just can't take it anymore. Being a bicep was hard enough.
You know.
Rhabdomyolysis.
Making me throw tires.
Yeah.
Kind of over it.
Yeah, it's a serious condition where muscle tissue breaks down, releasing its contents into the bloodstream, which damages the kidneys. CrossFit is associated with exertional rhabdo, which is a type of muscle breakdown that can occur after extreme exercise.
We got to stop giving these muscles little guns.
Yeah.
That's the number one cause of suicide.
Right, to
amongst
bear
our
arms.
Yeah. Well, speaking of suicide, that brings us to our next story.
Oh.
He's not just the creator. He's also a client. The man who invented the suicide machine, he invented the suicide pod, but then he was arrested because the suicide pod didn't really work, and I think they just opened it up and then whacked the chick in the head a bunch.
Holy shit! What?
Yeah, he ended up committing suicide.
Whoa!
Yeah.
In the pod?
No.
Well, then that's not very good marketing. Now he's a guy.
No.
He's like, you can do it on your own, I guess.
I don't know. It was assisted suicide, but he died. Okay, so anyway, he was all about euthanasia, and he was like an advocate for it. And
He
again,
didn't like the adults in Asia.
no, he did not. Classic.
Nice.
Classic.
Thanks.
Tweet it. Exit.
Sorry.
So, this is my one thing when it comes to suicide. Obviously, please don't. But well, it is your right to end your own life, I suppose. I don't like people that are obsessed with the idea of euthanasia. Like, that's your one thing. Like, all you do is talk about it. It's like, all right, I
Yeah.
get it, but like, can we just talk about anything else?
Right. Is that death pod in the middle of a forest? Like, did it
Yeah.
run away or something?
That was the thing they were getting in trouble for too, is they were like bringing them out to the middle of like nature and
Yeah.
just leaving them. So they were like, this is not good for the environment either.
Why are they just leaving random pods in the forest?
Well,
Well, they wanted to die in a peaceful place.
yeah, in the forest there.
Oh, but like then that person's dead in the pod.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then just in the forest.
Right.
Yeah, they release a bunch of gas into it.
I just
That
think
is insane.
it's peak laziness. I mean, if you're going to take your own life,
But
you
you're
have to do
also
it.
working really hard to do this. Like,
Right.
someone has to put the machine there.
But the machine there, you got to drive there.
Yeah,
Well, it's
you
very
gotta
expensive.
Go there. It's probably really expensive.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Hopefully this thing works because I spent my life savings just buying it.
otherwise I am fucked.
I am. If I was still alive after this, I don't have a home to go back to.
I think
guys.
I'm suicidal now.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of reminds me of when people buy really, really nice workout clothes before they've ever worked out.
Yeah.
You know, this is
Yeah.
like you buy the accoutrement, the suicide pod,
Right.
but just put in the work you'll get it done.
You think anyone that wants to kill themselves wants to work that fucking hard to kill themselves?
Oh, man. Yeah, then you don't get to. I'm sorry, then you don't get to.
You don't get to. Put all this trying into something else,
So-
Jacob.
Yep. His name was Dr. Florian Willett, which, god dang, what a name. Florian. He was the head of the pro-euthanasia organization called The Last Resort.
Oh, wow.
Cut my life into pieces.
This is my last resort.
Suffocation.
Wow. Okay, no, please. No,
That
This
is
is
what the
my
pod
last
does.
dessert.
This
What the death pod does, suffocate
wow.
you.
It does.
No breathing.
Wow. Did they not use this song as well to market? Because that would have been fucking perfect.
I did a funny parody. This is my last dessert.
Nice,
I
I
did
like
hear
it.
that one. That one was
Thank
fun.
you.
It was fun for me because I like sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. And now, come to the last resort.
The Last Resort. It's affiliated with a larger company known as Exit International.
Jesus.
Wow.
So these are really on the nose.
Yeah,
The
these
Last
are
Resort and
wild.
Exit International.
Yeah.
It offers free assisted suicide services. Look at that.
Wow.
So he spent a few months locked up after being hit with charges of aiding and abetting suicide over a
Yeah.
woman's death last September.
That's insane.
So, Dr. Philip Nitschke, head of Exit International, says even though the charges didn't stick and Willett was cleared of intentional homicide, he had been a changed man since prison. Because he had to.
Meaning, he changed his mind about the death pad?
No, I think he really doubled down. So he had to go to jail and he was like, this is horrible. I hate this.
I'd rather be assisted in death.
Right. But this is really where I am very upset with this man, right?
Okay.
Because he's 47 years old. You know how he committed suicide?
Uh-oh.
Jumping off a third-story building like everybody else committed suicide.
That's ridiculous.
3 is borderline, possibly wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
Well,
3 is asking for attention.
That's like, ow, my legs.
Yeah, that's like your leg broke, and now you have like a story, and you're like, yeah, I tried to kill myself. And it's like, dude, weren't you on like the first floor balcony? It's like, yeah, but it was really upset.
Right.
I jumped super hard.
Yeah, do you know how hard I jumped? Who knows? I mean, he could have put his hand out and tried to get hit by a train. Also, maybe would have
Also
killed
that,
him.
yeah.
It's just so aggravating. He creates this suicide pod, and then he's going to commit suicide, not even using his own fucking product.
Yeah, have some fucking stand up for your own brand.
If you found out George Foreman never used the George Foreman grill, what would you think? I would be livid.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Is that an air fryer?
Oh my God, George!
Yeah, I'm cooking crack.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Enjoy the crack from the air fryer, of course, only if you're being held captive. So it was a Swiss apartment building, and then they say it's unclear if it was intentional or not. But then he did have a lot of surgeries and things like that. Oh, I see. So what happened was, so he was 47 years old. He fell from a third-story building, right? Unclear if it was intentional or not. And then after the surgery, he had months of rehab. And then, take this back, and then he died by assisted suicide in Germany.
Oh,
So
Wait,
maybe
what?
he did. So maybe he did do what he said he was going to do, but it wasn't with the pod nonetheless.
wait. So he jumped off and survived?
He jumped off. He did survive, to your points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's-
Yeah, third floor is not. It's not a thing.
Okay.
It was a trick,
So then he was all depressed.
a ruse.
It was a ruse. And then he did do the assisted suicide.
Yeah.
Very intriguing indeed.
Yeah, it's like you jump off a second or third floor balcony. You're like, Lord, take me. He's like, I'll just take your kneecaps.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can keep the rest of you.
Well, anyway, so he's all dead now. And I guess he did do it. Well, he tried to do it the wrong way, which was by himself. And then he did say, well, this is why I created the suicide pod, because it doesn't work. So maybe he actually did prove his product is needed.
Wow.
No, was that the point of it?
Maybe. I don't know if he has any points whatsoever.
He's like, aha, you see how this didn't kill me? But now watch this.
Yeah. Prosecutors say the reason he was charged was because the device initially malfunctioned that was trying to kill that chick. And then so she just died by strangulation.
That's insane.
Yep. So anyway, he's all dead now as well. And it seems like the one thing about the euthanasia advocate community is I don't think they're going to stick around that long.
Yeah. I think, you think the project is killed with him?
I think it really has been killed with him.
I think it should be.
Yeah. Also, the third floor, yeah, you just got to, the fourth floor, that's almost 100%, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, what are the odds? Kyle, can you search what are the odds of surviving a third floor fall from a balcony?
That's not bad. You could survive a third floor fall.
You think 50-50?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I could jump out a 3-story window and be like, ah.
I don't think I could because I weigh so much more.
Oh, yeah.
You're light and spry like an ant.
Yeah. I might bounce a
hit
little
hard.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if you just roll.
Yeah, it depends if you land feet first or head first. Because if you land head first, you're gonna die for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, is that what they say?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's what the internet says?
Yeah.
You know how the internet's always right.
In the Patreon chat, Vanessa is saying she would rather ride the euthanasia roller coaster that's been pitched a number of times. You go up,
the loopy loops.
and then it's a bunch of increasingly smaller loops that end up crushing you to death.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That would be
you
fun.
You would rather do that?
Well, you get the ride, you get the experience of going in a loopy loop.
Isn't that like a realized nightmare of like roller coasters? You're like, oh, but nothing happens. They're like all safe and stuff.
Well, the first loops would be fun. It's the smaller ones that like crush your chest.
So then
Kill
it
ya.
gets increasingly.
But you'd be passed out before that anyway.
Yeah, you pass out, I think.
You panic and then you.
Well, I think you're
die
like,
on a-
yay! And then you pass out, and then you just kind of die. And then, I mean, it would suck to be the person who has to go and like pick up all the bodies after the ride ends.
Yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to be euphoric. Is it, Vanessa?
It is supposed to be euphoric. That's what they say, but I don't know.
Well, the thing that would suck is like if it gave you the will to live because you were having fun again, and then you're like, wait, stop it!
Yeah, seriously. I'm like horrified. I didn't know that was the thing.
Because that's the thing. You have to exhaust all your options before you make a decision this serious.
Sure.
There was a guy who was very depressed. He swore he was going to kill himself. Then he went to Mexico for like 7 days, did a bunch of blow and had sex with a bunch of hookers. And then he was like, I'm never killing myself.
Why would you?
This is amazing.
That's hilarious.
That's great. Yeah, there was a person that when I was growing up, he accidentally shot and killed this girl in his house.
Oh my
And then there was a
God.
whole standoff with the police because they were like, "Get on, gotta get out of here." And then he tried to commit suicide, but he just blew his face off.
Yeah, you're not
I
supposed to
have
put it to the
seen
temple.
that. Yeah.
No, he did under the chin, but
Oh,
he didn't go in. He went out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then
some
so-
people will just blow their jaw right off.
Yeah, the jaw and the eyes and shit.
Yeah.
And then, ironically enough, he's on suicide watch in prison. Oof. Yeah.
Why is he not allowed to kill himself after that?
Well, I think he's tried. Yeah, but because he's got to do the time.
You
for
can't
the crime.
see.
Yeah.
He can't see anything.
It's hard to kill yourself if you're
brain.
blind.
Yeah, that
Oh
sucks.
man. Yeah, someone should assist that guy.
Yeah. I'm just real mad at myself for not getting that story 100% correct.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Mistakes happen sometimes. I'm not going to commit suicide because of it.
Yeah,
No,
don't do that.
Don't do that.
But
It's
do
fine.
I feel like slightly like am I like 1/1,000,000th of like if that happened a whole bunch like all the time, that might be the end of me.
Oh, don't worry.
If I constantly messed up like all the I mean I messed up like a
Yeah.
lot, but like all the time.
yeah, like if you constantly lost your keys, constantly, it kind of would make you want to kill yourself.
You're not allowed to commit suicide, Jerii.
It's fine. I could just hold on to one pair of fucking keys.
There's only one Jerii in my life that's allowed to be covered in scars, and that's Dog Jerii.
Yeah, I have some scars. I got some battle wounds.
Well, let's move on to a story that is just sweet.
Okay.
Nutella.
Oh,
Do you like Nutella?
I'm okay with Nutella.
Yeah.
I like Nutella. It's no real dark chocolate, but
No.
I do
No, it's
like
hazelnut.
Nutella.
It's hazelnut.
Exactly, it's hazelnut.
Also, America, they ruined it. They put all the oils in it.
They ruined it.
They ruined it. They
Yeah.
put all the seed oils in it.
It's so true. But
And it's-
but that's also like a preservative to make
Yeah.
it last.
That's why it's like, why do we have to preserve all of our food so much? We need to start eating fucking faster.
Yeah, I guess so. There's a lot of food that's like half eaten in my fridge or in my pantry. I mean, there's definitely a bottle of Nutella or a jar of Nutella that is just like kind of gone bad.
You know what we should do? We should have a leftover food party, and you invite Kyle and I over, and we eat all the food that's in your fridge.
Wow, so you'd be fine with eating totally stale Cap'n Crunch?
With mossy Nutella?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Captain Crunch with bossy Nutella. That sounds like a delight.
Yeah, yeah, you can totally
I just bought some Captain Crunch the other day. It was pretty good.
stale everything.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Captain Crunch, it's not my favorite.
Why? You need it all crushed down into pebbles?
Yeah, that's why I like Fruity
Pebble-ass-
Pebbles.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
It tastes like the bottom of the end of your cereal bowl, but it's like
Good.
all of it is the end of your cereal bowl. That's not even fun.
Well, Nutella, it's an interesting treat. And many people in America, it's relatively new in America, but for the first time in 60 years, Nutella is going to change its flavors up or launch a new product.
Wait, what?
They're launching a new brand.
What?
Okay.
What's the
And I want you guys to also weigh in, obviously. We're going to weigh in on this. They're making a new spread, and it's going to be peanut flavored.
So kind of like peanut butter.
It's peanut butter. It's peanut butter.
It's peanut spread.
Yeah. As you can see here, it's called Nutella Peanut. Do you see it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to come to the U.S. It will only be available in the U.S. So I think they're trying to kill us.
Does that mean that it's peanut and Nutella, like hazelnut and peanut at the same time?
It's a mixture because America is the melting pot of the country, of the world.
The world.
So apparently there are plans to bring new peanut Nutella spread to America. And that is very interesting. It's never been seen before flavor. They're saying this has never been seen before flavor. It's combining Nutella, cocoa, hazelnut.
Isn't it like Reese's Pieces?
Yeah. It's definitely been seen and tasted before.
An entire
I feel
industry.
like it's fully like a thing already.
Well, they're very excited about it.
Yeah.
So they said it's going to be the hazelnut spread with the taste of roasted peanuts. Okay. And Michael Lindsay, they are the president and chief business officer of North America. They say developing Nutella and the Ferrero Rocher product, that's the remember the Ferrero Rochers?
Ferrero Rocher.
Rocher?
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are wrapped in the gold foil?
Yeah, I get rashes when I
gotcha.
eat them, but I still eat them.
You do?
Why?
Yeah, I'm a little allergic.
Why?
Oh my
I
god.
don't know, something, walnuts or something in them. But they're so delicious that I'll get hives, and I'm still like, yeah.
Do you have a nut allergy, Kyle?
Yeah, it does. Nut.
Jesus.
Yeah, I discovered Kyle had a nut allergy the other night.
Oh!
Wow.
What a day. What a show today. What a goofball show today.
What a wacko.
What a wacky show. So it's never been seen before. They said they've been developing the Nutella with the product specifically for the North American audience. And they say it's a defining moment in this company's
They're
history.
definitely trying to kill us.
They're trying to kill us.
Yeah.
We're so fucking fat. We're going to lose all of our legs and our toes and our feet and our hands. It's all going to be diabetes.
Yep.
And this really is the case. I do think that this is chemical warfare.
You think so?
I do.
You know what's really good? Honey roasted peanut butter.
That does check out, yeah.
It's so delicious. I used to like going to it was like a store in New York City, but it's shut down. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, but then all those local places, you have to like mix it like it's a can of paint.
Yeah, but that's kind of fun.
But I loved that.
Yeah.
And it was fresher, and it didn't try to kill me, and there was no hazelnut in
Yep.
it.
Well, if it's not good enough for the UK, they're going to send it to the USA. And we're on to you, Nutella.
Yeah.
You ain't going to fucking kill us, although I will try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on a strawberry.
Yeah, I'm going to try it, a lot of it.
Yeah.
They say these inventions will engage both loyal fans and new consumers. Is anyone a loyal fan? Are you a loyal fan of a food?
Hey, I'm loyal to Nutella, man. You
You
can't
are.
tell me nothing.
Okay, nothing.
I'm not.
So both loyal fans and new consumers, boosting our power brands and further solidifying our position as a category leader in North America.
Okay.
So anyway, that's coming out. Be careful.
That's cool.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh,
They say apparently Nutella is plant-based.
yeah, hazelnut.
Well, I guess it's from a plant.
No, apparently I'm sorry. They're doing a new plant-based Nutella.
Yuck.
Isn't it already plant-based?
I don't know. So they say this is going to combine roasted hazelnuts, cocoa flavor, rice syrup, and chickpeas. What the hell
Does
is
that mean
going
that
on?
they use like some kind of like a chicken preservative?
It sounds like hummus.
They say it's vegan now. So it's going to be huge. So the vegan people are going to be able to die of
That's
diabetes
just
too.
That's
how
just
was
hummus.
How was it that not vegan before though?
Because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there was milk,
Maybe I had milk or eggs or something.
but it wasn't. It's not in the.
No,
on the
you're right.
refrigerator section.
It's definitely not. Yeah, no, it just lies in your pantry. So there's no fresh thing. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm not saying this entire conversation is completely useless, but it is interesting.
Isn't all of our conversations are completely useless?
No, we educate people on AI.
Yeah.
Good.
Now go Nutella your friends.
Solid.
Yeah, go Nutella your friends.
My God, God.
So anyway,
That's why I'm here.
be very careful out there. They're trying to kill us, but just try the Nutella peanut butter and let us know what you think. Is it good? Is it bad?
What
of course
are
it's
you
gonna be
going to
good.
spread it on?
Well, bread.
Balls.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything you want.
Yeah.
You can spread it on anything you want. All right, just lastly, speaking of death, did you guys hear about this 19-year-old woman? She was on a ride and she started to panic, and then she unbuckled her harness, and then she fell to the ground and died.
No.
Why would you unbuckle yourself?
Talk about someone who didn't have, well, she's 19, I'm not victim blaming, but you're not supposed to do this.
Well, when you're panicking, there was a woman on fire that was waiting for the water to come out.
What are you
In
talking
her
about?
bath.
That's true.
Oh, that's
When
true.
She was lit
She's
on
standing
fire.
there on fire being like, wow, this water's taking a while.
Yeah, the water's taking a while. The tub took a while to fill up.
She was parasailing in Montenegro. She was having a very good time. She was on vacation from Serbia, and she died from falling over 160 feet into the Adriatic Sea in Budva.
My God.
There's a bunch of footage. She's all distressed and pissed off. She's a Instagram model.
Oh my God.
And yes, she managed to break free from the waist buckle. The clip showed the bikini-clad gal trying to wiggle free before she tumbled upside down and suddenly vanished from view.
But why? But why?
That's the main question. So she just freaked the fuck out.
Aw, poor baby.
I know. I'm horrified of heights, but I feel like the last thing I would want to do was to get off of that thing.
Yeah, no, seriously. I've skydived once.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh my God,
it's
no.
so freaky, and it's just I've never been in the sky attached to nothing. It's
Fuck it.
really wild.
Well, you're attached to dude's crotch.
Oh yeah, except for some fucking dude being like,
gone 3 times.
Yeah, I fucking.
You've done it 3 times?
Yeah, it's so much fun.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
It's so much fun.
I would not do. I might do it again, but I would hate it. But it is terrifying every
Any
time.
romantic sparks up there?
No, the dude that I was attached to, I was screaming, and he was like, "Wow, look at you screaming! I wonder what you sound like in bed."
No,
Oh,
he did.
my
Did he
God.
really?
I swear
You
to
should have just
God.
unbuckled.
Yeah, I swear to God. Swear to God. And then I was like, wow, even when I'm not on the earth itself, I can't escape this shit. It's fucking everywhere. He thought it was so funny. It was like an older dude, so he thought it was like a funny uncle grandpa kind of joke. And then when he landed, he told people about it. He was like, I said this. It was funny. She was
Like, you're fired.
Oh
she
my.
was screaming. I was like, I wonder what else you'd scream about. I'm like, great. Thank you for robbing me of this experience and just making me feel like I'm at a bar again
Yeah, seriously.
in the middle of the fucking sky.
Well, hey, that's an interesting place to. What if it worked, And what if
Being
you're like,
a
that's
woman,
my guy right
you
now?
can't escape it.
Well, at least you were of the proper size to be able to do it because I'm too large.
And you know what? I didn't unbuckle myself. I was just enjoying an exhilarating experience, and I was like, great. There's a guy. There's a man behind me.
Yeah.
And I need him to survive this.
Right. Yeah,
That's the best part.
he does.
This is
it.
great.
I don't know if it's really true in all situations, but in that case, he definitely had the power, didn't he?
Yeah, sure did.
The second time I went, I was with this guy who was like 25, and he was with like a 75-year-old woman. They were like, oh my God, it's so nice that you're taking your mother skydiving. And she was like, I'm his wife.
Wait a second. So the
I'm
guy was
dead.
25 and the wife was 70?
She was 70s or 80s, dude. She was old. And she got so pissed. She's like, I'm his wife. I've never wanted to jump out of a plane so quick in my life. It was so awkward.
That's hilarious.
I was like, well, see you later.
Also, we all know that this guy's trying to kill that woman, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, he's like, hey, why don't we just go skydiving?
Diving.
How much you say was in your bank account?
That's great. Let's do that
Fantastic.
cliff
Let's
hanging.
Yeah, this is on me. This is on me.
Yeah. Well, actually, let's go to the notary first. Let's get that will. Let's see what that
I didn't even
will
think
looks
of that.
like.
Holy shit.
On the way over, let's call the insurance.
Look at that. It is covered if we die. If you die.
Crazy.
Wait, no.
Crazy.
Anyway, they found her body, and it was very sad. But she didn't show any fear of flying. She underwent training, and everything was good. So no clue what happened, which is why it's strange. Like what snapped in her mind,
Yeah.
where she freaked out to the point where
Of
she unbuckled
unbuckling herself.
and 160 feet fall.
Jesus Christ, that is terrifying.
Intrusive thoughts are real.
Yes, they are.
I go up
Oh
on
my
high balconies
God.
and my brain's like, jump.
Oh God.
That's literally, it happens.
It does
So many
yeah.
people do have that.
I have intrusive thoughts about sharp objects.
As in, you were going to cut yourself with them?
Yeah.
That's why I am afraid of heights, because I don't trust myself. Also, most like the little railings, they're hip check height for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I just go right over because like the size of my hip, and I just fall right over.
Oh, snap.
Big old dummy.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, everyone, let's go to chat. What do we got here?
Kelly just got here. She's saying intrusive thoughts are definitely real.
Thank you, Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
They are very scary.
Yep.
Yes.
Let's see.
I want to apologize to everyone for how much I stumbled over my words today.
Nah, you were fine.
You're fine.
Thank you.
Fine. Not everyone bought Hooked on Phonics. Remember that thing?
I do remember
Did it
that.
actually help anyone read?
No, it was all stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pano said the pod looks like a fun little boat in that picture because the death pod. It did look like a little jet ski
It does
thing.
look like a little jet
does?
ski a little bit.
It does. Also, they only played Joe Rogan in there.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. Kind of funny. And I totally redeemed myself.
Oh my God.
Nice.
You had to see that proud ass smile he made when he made that joke.
Pretty funny.
And we're back.
Yeah.
And let's start the show. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll be back later on. Hail yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.